close enough?
8 a.m.
All right. Good morning. It is 8:00 a.m. and I call to order the April 5th, 2022 Board of Trustees meeting. Do I hear a motion to enter executive session for discussion of 2021, 2022, and 2022-2023 employment recommendations?
Madam Chair, I move that the board enter into executive session to consider employment recommendations for the 2021, 2022, and 2022-2023 academic school years.
Thank you, Mrs. Henson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Oswald. Is there any discussion? All right. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion carries. We will now enter into executive session.
大家好，这是 Lexington One， 欢迎来 Meadow Glen Elementary School.
Experience the magic of language in immersion classrooms across Lexington County School District 1. Students in Lexington District 1's immersion classes become bilingual and biliterate, able to read, write, and speak in another language, as well as becoming global citizens. Beginning in 5-year-old kindergarten, students in the district's partial immersion program spend half the day studying the regular grade level curriculum and standards in classes conducted in the target language. By spending more time in the language through immersion, students achieve much higher levels of fluency than traditional language instruction. students can learn Spanish at Centerville, Gilbert, Pleasant Hill, and Red Bank elementary schools. Or students can immerse themselves in the German language at Deerfield Elementary, while students can also learn French at Midway Elementary, as well as Mandarin Chinese at Meadow Glen Elementary. Why immersion? Becoming bilingual allows for enriched mental development, better thinking and listening skills, the ability to communicate in multiple languages, exposure to other cultures and countries, and a head start in language study for college and career.
Guten Morgen, guten Morgen.
Interested in participating in Lexington District 1's immersion program? Registration begins February 24th.
Vuelta la hoja, haces así.
When I was on the playground, there was a little girl that I played with, and there was another little girl, and she didn't want to play with me.
She was just playing by herself. Then came a little girl. They became fast friends. They were playing while we watched, and they were just having a good time. Then came a third little girl that came and messed up the synergy that the other two were having. And she wanted to play with the other little girl, but not with Casey.
My book is about a little girl named Cassidy, and she went to a new town, and she went to a new school.
She said, but I wrote this book and I want to talk about it. I want to talk about what happened. And I told her, well, let's talk about the book. And we talked about the book, and she said, well, I want this to be a real book. I want this book so that everybody could see this book and know that we can all be friends.
The first thing I did was draw the pictures, and then my mom and dad helped me put the words in for the pictures.
Her process involved her drawing the pictures. At the time she was 5, she wasn't, spelling words on that level except simple words, simple basic snap words. So she asked, I wanted to say this, and this is the name of the girls and the people in the book. And I sat at my computer. She told me what to write. I wrote it. She told her mother what had happened and how she was feeling. We did a campaign. It's called the We Need to Do Better campaign. It's still going. We created a website to kind of put the message out there, because at the end of the day, she wanted people to know that it doesn't matter. Like, we all have stereotypes of people without even knowing them. So the campaign is just to spread the message of kindness, not assuming we know people just by looking at them. So it's really just to spread some level of positivity.
I want people to learn that even though they're different, they can still be friends.
Do I hear a motion to conclude executive session and return to general session?
I move to conclude executive session and return to general session.
Thank you, Ms. Henson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Mr. Oswald. Is there any discussion? All right. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. I call to order the general session of the April 5th board meeting. The district is in compliance with the South Carolina Freedom of Information Act by notifying the media of the date, time, and place of the meeting. The district tapes the meeting for accuracy in preparing the minutes. At this time, I yield the floor to Ms. Jada Garris to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Madam Chair, fellow board members, staff, and guests, please rise and join us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Ms. Garris. Do I hear a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
I move that the board approve the agenda as presented.
Thank you, Ms. Garris. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Henson. I can tell who's had their coffee this morning and who has not. Is there any discussion? All right. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right. The motion carries. Do I hear a motion that the board approve 1 certified recommendation for the 2021-2022 academic year and 30 certified recommendations for the 2022-2023 academic year?
Madam Chair, I move that the board approve 1 certified recommendation and 30 certified recommendations for 2022 academic year. 22, 2023 academic year. So many twos.
Tell me about it. So, thank you, Ms. Henson. Is there any discussion? Oh, so we need a second. Sorry, my coffee's not kicked in. Thank you, Mr. Oswald. Is there any discussion? All right. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion carries. Do I hear a motion that the board approve one administrative recommendation for the 2021-2022 academic year and one administrative recommendation for the 2022-2023 academic year?
Madam Chair, I move that the board approve one administrative recommendation for 21-22 school academic year and one administrative recommendation for 2022-2023 academic year.
Thank you, Mr. Oswald. Do I have a second? And the angels are here.
I make a motion to divide this question so that we approve each individually.
All right. We have a motion to divide the question. Is there a second?
So I'll second it.
Second? All right. So the motion has been made to divide the question, so we'll be voting on these independently. All in favor of dividing the question, please say aye.
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 All right. Anyone opposed? The motion carries. All right. Mr. Oswald, will you make the motion for the first recommendation, just the 2021-2022 school year?
Move that the board approve one administrative recommendation for 2021-2022 academic year.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Garris. Any discussion?
Ms. Price, is this the transportation supervisor? Okay.
Okay. Any other discussion or questions? All right. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Jade is opposed.
Okay. And the motion carries. All right. Mr. Oswald, would you read the second part of the second new motion?
Madam Chair, I move that the board approve one administrative recommendation for 2022-2023 school year.
Thank you, Mr. Oswald. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Henson. Any discussion? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And the motion carries. Do I hear a motion that the board approve 2,220 certified renewals for the 2022-2023 academic year as presented by administration?
I so move.
Thank you, Mr. Oswald. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Henson. Is there any discussion? All right. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And the motion carries. Do I hear a motion for the board to accept the newly hired support staff report as presented by administration?
I move that the board accept the newly hired support staff report as presented by administration.
Thank you, Ms. Henson. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Garris. Is there any discussion? All right. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? And the motion carries. All right. Just a reminder that our next regular monthly meeting of the Board of Trustees will be held on Tuesday, April 26th. Executive session will begin at 5, and the general session will resume at 6. Do I hear a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I so move.
Thank you, Mr. Oswald. Is there a second? Thank you, Ms. Henson. Any discussion? All right. All in favor? Please go grab a cup of coffee and wake up a little bit. There's some donut holes in there.